Hello beautiful dancer, this is Joana Saahirah with a bonus video offered with our online course, How to Become a Sensual Baladi Goddess. I'm actually offering this video to the dance community outside of our course and our online school because I believe it will add so much value to the dance of students all around the world and professionals as well. This class is about the structure of a Baladi Awadi or a Baladi progression. In our online course, How to Become a Sensual Baladi Goddess, we're going to learn a full choreography of a musical piece, which is a Baladi Awadi. It's a progression. And I'm going to start by telling you what many of you already know, that Baladi Awadi is a structure which is fully improvised by musicians and dancers, but it does have a structure that everybody follows. What is that structure? Well, first you usually start with a taksim, a solo between accordion and dancer. So this is the usual beginning of the structure for a baladi, awadi or progression. Just the accordion speaking with the dancer. And this is very important for you to understand. It's a dialogue. It's not the accordion saying something for one side and the dancer saying something for the other. It's actually a conversation. I see it as an intimate conversation between two intimate friends. After this conversation is complete, and nobody knows when it's complete, it's really a matter of sensibility, the percussion starts to get into the conversation. So there is like a bridge, a middle section in the Baladi Awadi, which is the transition between the taksim, between dancer and accordion, and the percussion section that slowly but surely enters into the conversation. Now, in Cairo, I had the best tabal that I've ever heard in my life, and he was a master at identifying the right spot to enter into the conversation. Most percussionists I've heard don't have this sensibility. So if you're really lucky, you will get one tabal, the musician who plays the tabla or darbuka, who is so sensitive and so attentive that he knows exactly when the conversation between accordion and dancer has been totally explored and is kind of wrapped, let's say. So what he does is he will enter slowly, in different ways, of course. It depends on the sensibility and talent and creativity of the tabal, how he enters into the conversation, but it's kind of an interruption and a bridge to another section of the Baladi Awadi, which is more lively. It's kind of a growing into an explosion. It's kind of a gradative crescendo that starts very intimate, very slow with the accordion and starts to go out and faster and livelier as the percussion comes in. So usually the first to interfere is the tabla. As the tabla speaks with accordion and dancer, then again this is a conversation, it's not a set of monologues. The percussion speaks with the accordion speaks with the percussion speaks with the dancer speaks with the percussion and the accordion, and the three of them have this lovely conversation. After this is warm, other percussion instruments will come into the conversation, making it even livelier. So that would be the dohola, which is the bass for the tabla, that would be the dof, the rik, any percussion instrument that the orchestra has available. They will come into this conversation and bring joy and bring dynamic and bring speed and bring extroversion and celebration to a structure that usually begins with nostalgia and intimacy. And this is very important for you to understand about a Baladi Awadi structure, is that there are different moods we go through in these three different phases. I call them the beginning, which is the taksim with the accordion, the bridge, which is the breaking of the taksim by the tabla, and then the building with all the percussion set from the orchestra until the explosion, the end, the apotheosis, the closure of the Baladi Awadi. Each part of this structure, each phase of this three-part base, this three-part structure corresponds to a specific mood. So it's not only about movement, it's about posture and mood and feeling. The way I am in the beginning speaking only with the accordion is definitely not the way I am when the tabla comes in, and certainly not the way I am when all the percussion is playing with accordion and the music has been lifted into this more masculine, more extroverted, more explosive mode. So even before you dance a baladi, a wadi, you have to listen to these three phases and feel what kind of mood, what kind of posture is requested for each one of them. Now, one of the most beautiful things about Baladi Awadis is the requirement of being totally in the moment. At the school, we will work with a recorded piece, but usually what happens if you have an orchestra is that you truly improvise from the beginning till the end an entire Baladi Awadi, which can go from 3 minutes or 2 minutes to 10, depending on the length of each phase of the structure, depending on the day. I, with my own orchestra in Cairo, had Baladi Awadis that were 10 minutes, 15 minutes long, and I had Baladi Awadis who were 3 minutes, 4 minutes maximum. So it depended on my mood, it depended on the mood of the musicians, it depended on the audience, if they were warm, if they were engaged. It depended on so many circumstances that we cannot control, so we never know. We have to be present and flow with the moment and work with what's happening on that particular day, on that particular performance. And for me, this is one of the most beautiful lessons we can learn from a Baladi Awadi structure, is that although there is a structure, the unpredictability and the spontaneity and the improvisational nature of the Awadi demands that you are in the moment, demands that you are comfortable with not knowing how long is this gonna last, what will the musician do next. Nobody knows, and that's beautiful. And in order to be in the moment and to follow and to catch every single piece of the music, you have to have your mind, your heart, your body, your soul set on the precise place and moment where this awadi is happening. There is no past, there is no future, there is no thinking about what you're gonna do next. You have to be fully present and trusting of yourself, trusting that you will catch the music, trusting that you will be able to somehow almost deduce what the musicians will do next, even if you don't know what they will do. It's about presence and it's about trust. And how much do you trust your instinct? How much do you trust your ears? How much do you trust your ability to listen to the music and use it on the spot? How much do you trust life in the sense that you're doing something which is open? You don't know how that's gonna happen. You don't know how it's going to develop and wrap. And these are qualities, I believe, precious for anyone inside or outside of the dance field. Trusting yourself, being in the moment, trusting your instinct, flowing with the circumstances that are given every single day, and co-creating with those circumstances. Oh my God, this is huge. It is not just about dancing a good Baladi Awadi, it's about knowing how to live. So with this introduction class to the Baladi Awadi structure, I have prepared a sheet once more that you're going to download and print and fill by hand. In this sheet, you're going to be asked questions about the Baladi Awadi structure and about the qualities that a Baladi Awadi demands from you as a dancer and as a person. To finish, I want to tell you that Baladi Awadis are considered the crown of Egyptian dance performances. When I moved to Cairo and I started creating my first shows without guidance, without knowing, I chose the music and the programs that felt right to me. So I introduced my first Baladi Awadi, which my musicians discouraged immediately. They thought it was below my standard, that would associate me with baladi people, with simple people, instead of associating me with high profile, jet set, luxury people, whatever that means. But nonetheless, I went ahead and I did present Baladi Awadis, and they became the most important part of my show. Egyptians absolutely loved it. If in any time I didn't do it, there would come someone and request, please let Joana do her Baladi Awadi. We really want to experience that. And this is something that is so, it is so truly and deeply connected to Egyptian psyche and Egyptian identity. You know, this quality of presence and fluidity and co-creation and listening and answering, this communication between dancer and musicians, and the trust in our intuition, the trust in our instinct, the magic of being fully in the moment. This is true Egyptian wisdom, very old wisdom, and it's still there, it still exists. And every time you are present, every time you start a Baladi Awadi or any other dance, any other activity for that matter, you are somehow getting into this Egyptian ancient magic. And this is also what we want to go for in this course. So once more, you're going to download the sheet I'm offering with this class. You're going to answer the questions about the Baladi Awadi structure. We will go deeper into it as we move forward in our live sessions with our choreography and technique. And you are going to consider those qualities that I've just mentioned and how to develop them in your dance and in your life. For the dancers who are watching this video outside of Joana Saahirah's online dance school, feel welcome to check all information about the course in the description box below this video. To subscribe to our newsletter, you will find out how also in the description box, and I will see you somewhere around the world or at Joana Saahirah's online dance school. I love you guys. Receive my love and a kiss. Mwah.